Okay. So something that I feel like we need to stop doing is being afraid to tell our story. And I say that for myself because at the end of the day, like, I know I run a lot of times from telling my full story or telling my full testimony out of fear of hurting other people's feelings or telling parts of the story that pertains to them. And at the end of the day, I think that that can be toxic and is something that, especially in the Black community, we're taught to just like, oh, cover it up. It doesn't matter. You know, just the family secrets type stuff, right? And I'm not saying, if I'm telling certain things, I'm put all my business out there because everybody don't need to know everything, right? But at the same time, your story is your story. Now, if other people played a part in your story, that's on them, but it's still your truth, right? So instead of you running around not wanting to say certain things out of fear of other people or fear out of, oh, this person's going to feel some type of way because, they did this to me and I don't want them to think that I'm saying this towards them. It's not even about them at the end of the day. It's about you and who you're trying to help, right? And other people may have experienced the same thing. So instead of you running from that, I think it's important for us to be honest and stop this whole narrative of, what happens in the house stays in the house, woo, 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 because that's why we got all these people running around, abusing girls, abusing people, because people have just swept it under the rug and was like, oh, that's normal. It's not normal. Okay, it's not. And anybody that gets offended by you telling your story, right? That's something they need to do a heart check within themselves, because at the end of the day, you still cannot be responsible for the role that they played in your hurt, right? So I say all that to say, I'm working on, just freeing myself of people pleasing, freeing myself of just being afraid of other people's opinions. Because at the end of the day, my story is my story. And so your story is your story, right? So at the end of the day, regardless of how other people feel about it, you still have to be honest. And it's not to throw them under the bus. It's not to talk bad about them. And I'm not saying, you got to get on stuff and be like, so-and-so did it. No, but like they say, a hit dog gonna holler. So if they feel some type of way, that's on them, not you. Okay.